Today we'll be talking about Transformers: The Last Night, starring Mark Wahlberg and Josh Duhamel, and of course, directed by Michael Bay. As for why I'm wearing a Captain America tank during a Transformers movie review, well, it's Captain America. He's cool, and it's right around the 4th of July as of this moment, so that's cool too. So there you go. Now, as for this Transformers movie, what do you expect? Do you expect like exquisite, thought-provoking writing? No, you're gonna see Transformers transform, and if you like that, you're gonna love this. And if you are looking for a bit more substance, you're gonna hate this movie. That's the plain high and dry of it. But what about the specifics? Is it really that bad? Why is it making so little money in comparison to the rest of the movies? I think people are just, sick of seeing the same stuff every hour. Same shit, different day. And you have this sense of, there's not even any new plots of it. Now, to be honest with you, I came into this movie with not really a fresh nature of the other 4 movies. I know I have seen all of those movies, but I haven't been sitting here with a movie catalog in my head saying, yeah, that's what happened in this one, that's what happened in that one. So I wasn't looking for all these specific details. And I feel that if you are going to look for the specific details, you're probably going to be pissed. In terms of what actually happens in the movie, there's this whole family tree or whatever of all the Witwikis, and so if you know anything about the Transformers movies, outside of the Transformers themselves, Shia LaBeouf was the Sam Witwicky from the first few movies, and yeah, he's not in this movie. And you have Anthony Hopkins, who's the old wise guy, who's basically having the cameo that is a little more than a cameo, I would say, and he has all this wise prophetic stuff and yada yada yada. You have this girl who looks so much like Megan Fox. I just feel like Michael Bay went up to her and said, you need to look like Megan Fox in every single shot. Because it was spooky. I'd look at her and I'd just be like, oh my god. I know that's not Megan Fox, but damn it, Bay, you're doing this again. And I think, once again, that the reason people really can't stand this franchise as a whole, and why people just seem to bash on it, without even looking at it, is because of what Bay does and how Bay uses his tactics to latch people on. He uses the big trucks and the army and the military and all these tough guy things, and I think people just get rubbed the wrong way by that. And now I'll be honest with you, I can see those ploys, and I can recognize that sometimes it's cool and sometimes it's really bleeping stupid. Sometimes it's really cool looking at all this stuff and being like, oh my gosh, the transforming in this movie, great. I felt like in the 4th movie in particular, I was just not seeing any transforming at all. I was just seeing a bunch of humans. And you see humans here, plenty. But you actually see the Transformers transform, and that's what people want to see, and this movie does that. This movie's also shorter than the 4th movie, and it has fewer annoying characters. There's still an annoying little teenage girl, except that it's not Mark Wahlberg's daughter in the movie. And she has her annoying moments, but mainly she's just there to, woo it. And aside from wooing in the 10 or 12-year-old boys and, getting the appreciation of the 10 and 12-year-old girls or 16-year-olds or whatever, she has this bit of a hard edge to her. She's not punk or anything, but she's not exactly a sweet little girl. But you could definitely see why Mark Wahlberg thinks she is. And she has this little Transformer guy named Squeaks, and I like him a lot. He was cool. Towards the big action, okay, so obviously this movie's full of action, but the big climax, Squeaks, plays a fun instrumental part in the defeat of the bad guys, and that was pretty cool to see. So I don't necessarily think I liked her, but I liked the robot she took care of and nurtured, and so obviously she had some good effect in this film. Plus, they had scenes where it was very obvious that they were intentionally dragging Mark Wahlberg out to another place, so that they would just, watch him, and then um, the girl and Squeaks and his his nerdy friend, I don't know his name, it doesn't really matter, can be elsewhere. Something else that I'll mention though is that this movie definitely has its faults. I mean, you have some things that are very convenient. You have all these things about the ancient wonders and all this mystery and mankind and all these, I don't know, stupid jokes. I mean, the whole movie is not, as a whole, it's not stupid, but there's definitely stupid parts to it. And I can see why people, would just be turned off, but they're not. They're not that bad. I guess maybe I've just seen some really awful things, and I'm just desensitized to it. Keep that in mind. But it didn't really bother me as much, and it's just hard to say. I will say though, it was very forced with the romanticness of Mark Wahlberg and the Megan Fox lookalike. And you could tell that Michael Bay really wanted Megan Fox, but based on all the previous disputes, I guess she just was not going to be part of this movie, so he hired like her clone. But she's okay. She's a bit annoying, but I think her character is supposed to be annoying, so it's not really her fault. She does a good job of what the role she has. Mark Wahlberg's pretty cool. He's supposed to be the prototype of the average American man that likes his Bud Light and all, not more than as a Bayisms, I guess you could call it. And it really does like his Bud Light. They make sure you see the Bud Light can. That's it. Okay, cool. I don't know. It's not the biggest concern of mine. But it was pretty glaring. You have a lot of these cool fight scenes. You have Optimus Prime, who was, I guess, like taken away at the end of the last movie, and now he's all trapped, and he has this evil side to them. And then there's this like creepy woman voice creature that is invading the Earth. And you wonder why they waited till the fifth movie to do that. If this Earth was really the Unicron, like why would you wait till now? Why wouldn't you do that like movie 2? Did you just like wake up out of your slumber, or did you realize the movie is not? No, okay. The villain was okay. She wasn't really that, I don't know, awe-inducing or anything. Megatron's pretty cool. And they had Merlin and some old ancient, medieval talk in the beginning. They had all these medieval scenes in the beginning. And I'm thinking, did I put in King Arthur or some shit? Like, what movie am I watching again? And you figure out that Merlin's supposed magic was, based on a transformer. Oh, okay, sure. Okay, sure, movie, sure. And you have the Transformers written into history and all this, wiki history and all these great things were done. They had a British robot that was like Anthony Hopkins' assistant or whatever, and I didn't like him as a character on his own, but I liked the interactions that Anthony Hopkins had with him. Basically, Anthony Hopkins made him feel like dirt, and it was really nice because that robot was really annoying. So yeah, that was good. So, in short, the transforming was great. The human characters were more bearable and somewhat entertaining. The action scenes were awesome. The Transformers themselves, sweet. The setup itself, contrived. And if you have certain, PC filters, then you're gonna hate this movie because, you hate everything. I think some context about this movie too is that it really is just, you can say like a fun guys, fun guy time. I went to go see this with my friend Luke, and it was just really cool, like watching all these, medieval elements, and honestly, the movie tagline itself is a lie. Like, it really isn't a lot of knights and stuff. Spoilers. But it's a pretty entertaining ride. I think the I think the main reason people just passed on is because movie number 4 was so frustrating. They didn't even want to go wait to see it. They didn't want to go and see number 5 in theaters because, especially in this day and age, where you can just go stream everything or download everything or whatever, they're just gonna wait, like another week, and then they'll get it. Even if they want to do that, and they probably won't. But I thought it was better than all of the flack it's been getting. I don't think it's the best movie of all time. I think there are plenty of places to go find your, deep, thought-provoking, warm, and heartfelt movies. But I like this movie. It was enjoyable. It was fun. It didn't piss me off as the last movie. It had a decent thread line. There were some things that were a bit questionable, and some things that were very convenient to the plot, and very obvious in setup. But I think also, if you watch movie after movie after movie, you start noticing these things over and over and over again. If you're a more casual viewer, these things aren't going to offend you. And I just think it's, really fun to go see. And it's definitely fun for like that, guys, day out. And if you're, and if you're a girl, of course you can go fucking see this. Like, really. You can. You're going to do it anyway. So, anyway, that's Transformers for you. And I'd say, I'd give it a B. And that's that. Okay. Well, that was the Transformers, and I think I'll be seeing like the Baby Driver and Despicable Me 3 in the near future. We'll be talking about that. And I'd like to actually start working on my movie collection that has all those top and bottom, like the best movies and worst movies on the IMDb list. And we'll be getting back into those too. All right. So it's cool. All right. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.